In this presentation, we're going to look at using PowerPoint's recording tab for lectures. If you've never used the recording tab or the recording feature in PowerPoint, there's a good chance that when you open it up, you're not going to see a tab on the top that says recording. And there's a couple reasons for this. One is you need to make sure you have Office 2019 or Office 365 installed. The way you find that out is when you click on File and then go down to Account, you're going to be able to see the version that you have installed there. If you've got Office 365, you have the ability, and we'll show you that on the next slide, how to find it. If you don't have Office 365 or Office 2019, and you might have a lot of computers still have Office 2016 on it, your only option to get this recording tab is to go ahead and download and install one of the 5 free installations that you have from Office 365. The way you do that is when you log in using office.siu.edu, it basically takes you to Outlook, your email. You can click in your tiles in the corner, find where it says Office 365, click on it, and then click the Install Office, and it'll go through the process to let you select, and tells you how many installations you have remaining and so forth. It just gives you all the information you need. So, to sum it up, if you have Office 2019 or Office 365 on your computer, the next slide is going to show you how to go through and install that tab so that way you can use it on PowerPoint. If you have Office 2016, you'll either need to download Office 365 or get the IT department to put Office 2019, which might take a while, or just use some other different form of recording. What can you do when you get this recording tab? Well, you get to make a PowerPoint show, and you get to make an MP4 video. Those are going to be done through here, and I'm going to break those down for you in a second. And you can upload either of those to D2L and or stream, or if you make a video, honestly, you could do anything with it. You could put it on YouTube if you want. So, and we'll cover these tabs individually after I show you how to find the recording tab. Now that we have Office 2019 or Office 365 installed, or we know we have that version installed, we need to find the recording tab, because when you look at PowerPoint, when you open up, there's a good chance that you won't have a recording tab available up there. So how do you find it and install it? Well, you want to click on the File tab, and then that's going to bring up, you're going to see our options towards the bottom, and we want to actually select the item called Options. That's going to bring up this dialog box right here, and I'm going to want to go down to this Customize ribbon and click on it. You can see your options right here. Now, one of the things that you might not see these options when you install it, because I've already gone through and selected it. I think it's normally set to popular commands, but I've hit that drop down box and I've selected main tabs. And when you find these are the options that you have under main tabs, there's a good chance that the recording tab is sitting there and it's not on this side right here. So what you're going to want to do is highlight recording and then click the add button, and it's going to put everything over, and it's going to create a tab basically in PowerPoint for you. Now when you're done, you're going to go ahead and see up at the top, we're going to have now a recording tab available to us. And now we're going to go through and look to see what some of these recording tab features can do for us. The big one is to record slideshow. And this allows you to narrate your slides, ink them up, draw, like I've been doing, I've got a palette on the bottom where I can pick different colors and I can draw. It's a little quirky if you use a mouse. That's what I've got. If you've got touchscreen, you can draw right on the screen, which is nice. And you can change things between like highlighters and normal pens. There's a little eraser button where you can go through and erase everything, so it works out nice. And you got a variety of colors available to you. So basically, when you enter this and you click Record Slideshow, as soon as you hit the record button, it counts down 3, 2, 1. And then you're live and you're recording it. If you don't like it, you can stop it and just re-record it over. Forms is the next option that we have up here under the recording tab. And you can see with the forms, if you've played around with this, that you can enter test questions or quizzes, text boxes, and you can interject that into the presentation, which is nice because it allows for some interaction between you and the presentation and the students. So you can kind of see if they're paying attention or if they understand the content. One thing though is that it's not really going to work if you are uploading this to a streaming service like through Microsoft Stream or through YouTube, because those are basically just videos. They're MP4 files, and by themselves they are not going to allow for interaction. Whereas if you save this presentation or this lecture that you're recording, if you save that as a PowerPoint show and then upload that, as the user is going through the PowerPoint show, it will stop when it hits a form and have the user complete the test question or enter text into a box or whatever you've created, and then it'll continue on with the presentation. So that's one of the disadvantages to streaming, is that you kind of limit the amount of interaction during the presentation, whereas a PowerPoint show is something that you can integrate these forms into. The problem is with the PowerPoint show is you can't stream it. The user is going to download that file and then open it up. And also, it's not something that's going to be compatible likely with phones or Android tablets or something like that. Screenshot, like its name implies there, it allows you to take a screenshot of whatever you've got on your computer monitor. It's similar to the clipping tool or the print screen function that we have just with the keyboard, but it allows for that right here in PowerPoint. Screen recording allows you to record what you're doing on the computer screen, not within PowerPoint, but anything. So if you're showing somebody how to navigate through information on a browser or through a spreadsheet, how to interpret some data, you can start screen recording. It counts down and it allows you to just basically mark up and do whatever you need to the screen. And when you're done, you can trim it out and resize it and so forth. It'll just basically insert a movie clip right there onto your slide. By clicking on the video icon, we can insert a video that we've already got pre-made on our computer. You can also just drag and drop them into your slide, but this gives you the option to click video and go through the browse for video and find it that way. Clicking the audio button allows you to either record audio or insert an audio file. And I don't know if you're really going to use that option too much, because when you're recording your slideshow, you're recording your audio as you go along, and it gives you the inking tool options, but it's still there and it's available. So if you have a separate audio file that you want to play, that might be how you go through inserting it. Under the Save section, you probably have three options: Save as Show, Export to Video, and Upload to Stream. For some reason, my computer doesn't show Upload to Stream, so I have to do that manually. But Save as Show is the first one we'll look at here. That basically makes your PowerPoint into a PowerPoint show. And the nice thing about PowerPoint shows when you're sharing that file is that it's not something that can be edited by the user. It's basically a packaged PowerPoint that as soon as you open it up, it starts playing. So that, I look at that as a benefit, so nobody's going to basically steal your hard work. The nice thing too is after they download it, they have it. They don't have to worry about internet. If the internet goes down, of course they have to download it, but once they have it, it's on their machine. One big benefit as far as the students are concerned that I deal with is they like this feature down here at the bottom. This icon right here allows them to open up the PowerPoint as a tiled view, so that way if they're trying to find a slide for some reason, they don't have to, when they're streaming it through YouTube or Microsoft Stream, they'd have to sit there and scroll back and forth until they find what they want. Here they can just find the slide and click on it, and it takes them to that section. So it is a little easier for navigation. The disadvantage is you're downloading a large file. These files might be, if you've got a lot of integrated video, it could be 500, 600, 700 megabytes. So they have to wait for that to download, and whereas streaming, basically it'll stream bits and pieces at a time as you're watching it. One of the other disadvantages is that you can't speed it up, and I didn't put that down here, but if you're viewing it on YouTube or Microsoft Stream, you can change the playback speed, and a lot of people will speed up the lectures because they can interpret what the instructor's saying faster than they're saying it. So I know a lot of students play me about a 1.5, Whereas here you don't have the option. You just got to basically listen to it at the speed that it's recorded at. And it doesn't stream, so it's got to be downloaded to view. So that is a disadvantage as well. A lot of these users want to just basically view them on their phone kind of as they go, and it's something you're going to have to wait for a download and then open it up as a file. The other save option we have here is export to video, which is going to make an MP4 out of your presentation. It's going to take all your inking, your audio, your animations, your videos. It's going to put it all into one MP4 file. And with that file, you're going to upload it to D2L. You can upload it to YouTube. You can upload it to Microsoft Stream. The big advantage is that streaming or uploading this as a video and uploading it to a stream service like YouTube or Microsoft Stream is that when users click on that link, it's going to start streaming and they're going to start watching your lecture. The disadvantage is that you don't have any interaction, so you can't put tests or quizzes in there. And as far as Microsoft Stream and even YouTube's concerned, you can't log these users. You can't find out how much time they spent watching your video, if they spent a certain amount of time on a slide, because it's basically a video. And I don't know why, but for some reason Microsoft Stream, even though you have to log in to use it, they're not sharing who's logged in and who's accessed it. So that is a big disadvantage, is to prove that they've actually watched this video. I know with a lot of the things I do, I create worksheets that the students have to fill out, and if they watch a video, they wouldn't be able to fill those worksheets out with the correct answers. So that might be a way around it. One other nice thing about streaming it is that it creates a transcript, and that allows for ADA compliance, which is nice. One of the also benefits to using Stream or using this whole record tab feature over things like Echo 360 or Zoom or some of these other features that we have and services that we have available is that it's really easy for us to go in and edit something. So let's say, for example, I made this whole presentation and I want to add a slide. I don't have to re-record my whole lecture. I could basically just add my slide, put the new audio and inking or whatever I end up doing, and then just re-upload it or re-export it to video or save it as a show again and then upload it to the services. So it makes for editing real smooth, real easy, and that's one of the reasons why I like to use Stream. When you're done, you have a few options. You can, if you saved it as a PowerPoint show, you can upload it to D2L or put it on your cloud service and share links to it. Basically let people download that file and view your lecture. Another option is to save it as an MP4 and upload it to D2L. Now D2L won't be able to stream it, so they'll have to download the MP4 file and then play it. So if you're going to do that, you might as well do the PowerPoint show. Or you can upload the MP4 to Microsoft Stream or YouTube or any other video streaming service. And to find Microsoft Stream, you can log into through your browser to go to office.siu.edu. You kind of click on your tiles up in the corner, and when they bring down your tiles, you're likely going to see Stream hanging out there. If you don't see it right there, you might have to click this little thing that says All Apps and scroll down until you find it. But you're going to have, once you log in through your Outlook, your office.siu.edu account, you're going to have Stream as an option as well as many other things. So when you click on Stream, that'll take you to the Stream site. And if for some reason if it makes you log in, you just log in with your siu.edu, your SIU number and your SIU password, and then you'll get logged in. But if you're already logged into office.siu.edu, everything should just work straightforward through Stream. And once you're in Stream, you click this button, this little plus that says Create, and you have an option where you can upload a video, and that's just going to upload your lecture, or you can create a channel. If you are planning on doing this with a lot of different subject areas, you might create a bunch of channels, or appropriate number of channels, and then upload your videos into those channels. If you are not planning on doing a bunch, you could just put them up there and they're going to live there right there on your homepage with Stream. So after you picked your file and you started uploading it, you're going to get a little dialog box that comes up here where you can name your PowerPoint if it's something different than the PowerPoint name, and give it a description. and it starts uploading it. Once it gets to a point, it's going to allow you to insert an image in here, a thumbnail image. If you didn't like what they guessed for you by picking a few images out, you can click the plus icon and put your own image up there. Under the permission sections, you don't really have to do anything, but if you did create a channel and you want to share whatever video you just created with a specific channel, you can search for your channels, and when you find it, you can select it. Like here, you can see I picked AUT 490, and it's automatically going to take this video and include it with all the AUT 490 videos, so it'll be found within that channel. At the bottom where it says share, when you click on it, this is where you're going to get the link that you're going to share with the users in your audience. So you have two options. Most common is just going to basically copy this link and provide that to your students or to your users so that they can go through and find the video by just clicking on that link. You also have this embed feature, so if you've got a web page or if you've created an HTML page or even the announcements page it works for on D2L, you can take the embed and copy the whole code that they've got and throw that into your D2L page, and it'll actually just show it right there either under announcements on D2L or if you created a separate HTML page. I don't do that. I just basically copy the link and have the link available to the students and call it something like this was lecture 1 or like a date or a topic, and you basically say this is the link for it, and when they click on it, it takes them to Stream and they start viewing it. So remember, this is all through Microsoft Stream. It's like YouTube, but it's a private. It's not anybody in the world can find it. They have to log in with their siu.edu account, and when they do that, they can get to whatever video that you put up there. So it's basically like a private YouTube that's just for siu.edu members. So after we've saved this file and we've created an MP4 or we created a PowerPoint show, what are we going to do with it? And on D2L, we've got a variety of options. There's probably more options, but I'm just going to share two of them. One is if I go into Course Admin right here, and I pick Course Builder, there'll be a little icon that says Course Builder. It'll take me to this page where it says Course Builder. I can go through and click this button right here, which creates a HTML page. It's basically just a blank page, and I'll be able to drag that into whatever folder or into the root or anywhere I want on there. And that folder right there, I'll just title it Lectures or whatever you want, and you just copy and paste your links onto that page, and that way the students, they go there, they can click on it. There's other ways you can do it. You can create links and just label the links, Lecture 1, Lecture 2, Lecture 3, however many you need to do. Another option is to do it right off of the home page, and when you're on the course home and you have your announcements there, right there on the course's home page, you can click the little drop down next to it and select New Announcement. That'll bring up this box right here where you can go through and just basically put your links right into here. You can either just put the links there as they stand, or you can go through and enter the hyperlinks. So that way you don't have to have all that long string of random digits. You can put Brake Systems lecture, and then that's pretty much what you'll read, but when you click on it, it takes you to the stream. So those are two options that you can use for sharing your links. If you're going to just upload the file, you would just upload it as a file and let the students download it. But if you're going to create links to like the Microsoft Stream or even YouTube, you can put the stream links right there on the home page, or create an HTML file. Pretty easy.